Mm. Hi. Do it again. Hi, everyone, and welcome to TWF Impact or Hit. Joey Styles, Jonathan Coachman, and Aiden English here. And today on Impact or Hit, we're going to have a good show here today. Hopefully, we're going to have a good show here today on Impact or Hit. Joey Styles said yesterday we saw Xena, who we haven't seen in some time, beat The Rock, or beat the Stone, here today, yesterday, on Impact or Hit. Yesterday on Dynamite or Mike, Joey Styles says, and we thought it was, a good match. Yes, we did. We did see that happen yesterday on Dynamite or Mike. Joey, we saw Xena fight The Rock or the Stone. Also, sometimes known as the Great One, the Folks Fighter, the final head, the last head, as his new nickname, Jonathan Coachman says. I can tell you one thing right now, Joey and Jonathan. The Rock, Rocky Maivia, whatever you want to call him, Dwayne Johnson, whatever, the Great One, the Folks Fighter, the last head. I don't know if he's going to deal with losing to someone like Xena, even if she is the half owner of his business and one of his heads. He's never really liked losing him that much. Aiden English says, but only time will tell if those two will wrestle or fight again. Well, now we're going to have Mora come to the ring now, Joey Styles says. And no, Mora's kin name is Modifada. Not Fatu, not Maivia, not Fuda, not Johnson. So she really has nothing to do with them. She's from the southeast side lands, Hawaiish land, which is the 49 Reich, which is the 50th Reich of the 4-1 Reichs, Joey Styles says. Alright, I know folks haven't seen me in some time since I haven't been wrestling as much as I once did. Now that's not my mistake, alright? I don't have a halftime deal. I'm not a parked halftime worker, which in wrestling talk means that you only show up for 1 month and have some matches and then you go away and then you come back again. Yeah, this is not Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns or The Undertaker towards the end of his time in the ring. They're just saying that I haven't been around lately, And at the end of the day, I just haven't gotten the luck, to give my thanks to Cody Rhodes, the Vinlander Nightmare. The man who became not only the TWF, not only the WWE heavyweight and also World Heavyweight Fighter, but also the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter. So I want to give Cody Rhodes out my thanks. Well, first off, Mora, if I don't know Mora, how to say your name right or not, how to say that, that Samoish or Hawaiish or Maori-ish Baro name goes. But I just want to say, thank you for, you're welcome. And I knew back when you were the TWF heavyweight and also, world heavyweight fighter, you took on all theirs. And, well, Cody, I mean, that is a goal. You're hoping that you will be a fighting TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter in both TWF and in WWE. Now, some folks out there might, some folks out there, will most likely wonder and say, did I only bring you out here to say, well, good work on you winning the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings from Seth Rollins, like last month and in your bedroom? Well, I also say that I want to have, a match with you here today on Impact or Hit if you're open to it. Well, yeah, I believe I open to it. I truly think that at the end of the day, I open to it. You see, I already have a match, with Darren Drozoff, that, whoa, shit, that former NFL football player, former ECW wrestler, former WWF wrestler, and I don't really have to deal with him, anymore. So at the end of the day, I truly think, yeah, I'm open-minded to it. That's if Astronema or Corone thinks that I should do it. Well, speaking of the Morning Star or Light Bear, here comes Astronema. Alright, I can't stand up in the ring. It's like a double stand. Fuck. It's like I gotta lean against the rope. Now, Cody Rhodes, I know you want to be the fighting TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter, and I do onlook that. But Cody, when someone becomes the fightingest TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter, they do tend to end up losing it. I mean, let's look at Seth Rollins when he won the world heavyweight winnings last year in WWE. He held it all the way up until Wrestle Madness 40 Night 2. Now, we can also look at Bret Hart when he first won the WWF heavyweight winnings from Ric Flair, and when he ended up, losing it at Wrestle Madness 9 to Yokozuna. We can also look back when Bret Hart won the WWF heavyweight winnings for the 2nd time by beating Yokozuna again at Wrestle Madness 10. And then how he ended up losing it to Bob Backlund at the Living Sagas. Now, a lot of folks who want to be fighting TWF heavyweight fighters, then there's all hot-shotting the winnings, which sadly you would think wouldn't have been a thing, but it ended up being the thing. I mean, we can look at Steve Austin and all of his 4 runs as WWF heavyweight fighter at the time and how he lost it as fast as he won it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, but you got to keep in mind, Cody, your health. There's only so many matches, so many fights that someone's body can go through before something goes wrong. Then they get wounded. Then they got to yield up the strap and the winnings. And it's happened to sundriest wrestlers, fighters, boxers, whatever. Anyone who's ever wrestled, fought, or boxed in a ring knows that. So, I'm going to have to say no on that. Well, Ecliptor says, we have to think about the health of our wrestlers, fighters, overstars, whatever you want to call them. So we know the match or the fight might need be cool. We can't do it here today on Impact or Hit. Because we don't want you getting wounded because you had too many matches or too many fights. Then you have to yield up the winnings and the strap. Ecliptor goes, look, Astronema, Ecliptor, I do onlook you worrying about me. But I want to but with all needed onlook, I want to say that I think I can wrestle, that I can fight. And if Mora's open to it and I open to it, I say we're going to do it. All right. This is against my greater thought here. But we will have Mora fight Cody Rhodes, or Cody Rhodes fight Mora for the TWF Heavyweight and World Heavyweight winnings here today on Impact or Hit. Hope we made the right call here and the right choosing here. Well, you could see Joey Styles says that sometimes you do gotta think about the wrestler or the fighter or the overstar's health, Joey Styles says, because being a fighting fighter takes a lot out of you, and sooner or later you end up getting in some kind of a bind, being wounded or whatever. Joey Styles says, well, John Coachman said if Cody Rhodes believes that he can do it, and he believes his mind and body are up to it, well, who's to stand in his way? I'll tell you one thing right now, Joseph and Jonathan. I think at the end of the day, I really think that Mora might win it back one day. I mean, she held it for some time. She'd be good if she won it back again. Aiden English says, and I do not know if this is one of the wisest choices Cody Rhodes has done. This is for the TWF Heavyweight and World Heavyweight winnings. First, she is Mora, and he is the TWF Heavyweight and World Heavyweight fighter, the Vinlander Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Well, first off, Mora, or this offshoot of Mora, came from Dollar General, or Dollar Maine, out in White Oak Borough near. And now, she wanted to do the Hawaii strike on him, but Cody Rhodes got out of the way. Cody Rhodes picked up Mora and body slammed her. Cody Rhodes body slammed a Disney South, Joey Styles says. And now Mora right now is in a bind right now. She got body slammed. Is she going to have an answer for Cody Rhodes's, catastrophe kick or round streak or the Cody cutter? Joey Styles said. Aiden English said, I want to think so. She just knocked Cody Rhodes right down and body slammed him, Joey Styles says. Well, I want to think, Jonathan Coachman says, that Cody Rhodes has come from a wrestling background, a wrestling pin. So I want to think that he does have a game goal to win this. Just like Mora has a game goal to beat him, he's got a game goal to beat her. One thing I want to warn you about right now is that, Cody Rhodes might have been in the wrestling business. He may be the only third Rhodes to do so, from his father Dusty to his older brother Dustin. And he did it again. And at the end of this match, I think Cody Rhodes truly will be busted up, Aiden English says. She wanted to do the Hawaii spike again, Joey Styles says. Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Jonathan Coachman said. It's the Hawaii spike, not the Samoa spike. What's the big unlikeness between the Hawaiish and Samoish and Maorish folk, or the speeches? Aiden English says. Cody Rhodes right now is going to do the mishap kick, the catastrophe kick, Joey Styles says. Here it comes, the Cody cutter, Jonathan Coachman said. If he can do round street on Mora, he's going to win this, Aiden English says, and then be hell with all the scavers and naysayers. And Mora, who now looks like she's in a bind now. And it looks like Cody Rhodes is going to beat Mora here today on Impact or Hit and keep the TWF Heavyweight and World Heavyweight winnings. Shit! The Fight Lord's getting ready. Joey Styles said to win this match. Wait a minute, Jonathan Coachman said. That's Darren Drozoff. Ding, 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 ding. Darren Drozoff just made fun of Round Street. He just made fun of the Cody Cutter. Darren Drozoff is back, Joey Styles said. Yeah, we all knew that. Oh, he just knocked Mora out of the ring too. Well, Jonathan Coachman said, it looks like Darren Drozoff is not done. Is not done, with all the shit that he has done. And the Fight Lord wants to stop him. The Fight Lord just falls down, and Darren Drozoff just knocks down Cody Rhodes. So much for the Fight Lord. He can't stand up anymore, Aiden English says. So how's he going to stop Darren Drozoff? Aiden English says. We didn't even think Darren Drozoff was in the house, Joey Styles says. I thought after he got beat, Jonathan Coachman said we saw the last of Droz or Darren Drozoff. I guess not. I guess he wanted to fuck up a really good wrestling match. A really good wrestling fight, Jonathan Coachman says. Well, I truly think at the end of the day, if that was his goal, I truly believe at the end of the day, Joey Styles says, if that was Darren Drozoff's goal to besmirch this match, he did. It had to be his goal. It had to be his game goal, Jonathan Coachman says, to besmirch this match. And Joey and Jonathan, he did do it. Droz or Darren Drozoff, he did do it. He's pissed off at Cody Rhodes. He's pissed off at the world that he did not beat Cody Rhodes. Well, so Aiden English said it is what it is. We're going to take it away now to Tony Schiavone. Thank you, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. I'm going to be talking with Darren Drozoff here today on Impact or Hit. Alright, Darren Drozoff. A lot of us thought that you were done after you lost to Cody Rhodes. Did you believe that, Tony Schiavone? I mean, you've been in the wrestling business on and off for years. Do you earnestly think that I was done with Cody Rhodes? That match or that fight was a one-off? It's not. You see, need be I didn't win nothing except for the TWF light heavyweight winnings. But I'm going to shift all that. Cody Rhodes, you are dealing with one former pissed off NFL football player, a former ECW wrestler, former WWF wrestler. I'm going to get even on you, Cody Rhodes, and where someone may have drawn blood over you before they gave you away to the Vinlander Frith Middle, I'm going to put true blood on you. So, Darren Drozoff, are you threatening Cody Rhodes with bodily harm? That you're going to harm him in some way? Beat him up? Wound him? Yeah, it's not a threat, Tony Schiavone. It's a oath. I will make it happen. So, I will make it happen. And Corey Graves, Cody Rhodes, your time as TWF heavyweight fighter is over. Well, that's my talk with Derek. Shit. Looks like my glasses are gone. Well, it looks like that's my talk with Darren Drozoff. Back to you, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. Well, thank you, Tony Schiavone, for talking with Darren Drozoff, here today on Impact or Hit. And that's all the time we got here for Impact or Hit. I, Joey Styles, Jonathan Coachman, and Aiden English, we hope you like Impact or Hit. And we'll see you tomorrow for Friday Night SmackDown.